Hey guys, good evening. Wait just a second and let this notify the team that we are live. Say hello. Hi, Katie. All right. I hope your guys' week is going well. If you want an idea of how mine is going, happy Wednesday. All right, so I see some people on, so we'll go ahead and get started. Won't hold anybody up. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants tonight, guys. But I wanted to just kind of come on here and share some like tips and tricks. And I don't know what is going on with my lighting, but it is a hot mess. Just some tips and tricks, and you know, there's some big things going on. The double triples going on. And I don't know about you, but I mean, I love me some Lavelle promos, right? Like they are always hooking us up. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Chloe. But sometimes it's like, hey, can you give us a break? Because I've already offered like some awesome ass deals and you keep throwing like even more awesome deals at us, and like everybody's already ordered, right? I know how I feel like that sometimes, but I'm just teasing. Of course, I love when they are constantly giving us promos, right? Because that means they care about us. But so I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about how to go about working this double triple promo. Okay, like we get lives on what it is and how it works and how the commissions work, but do you find yourself like struggling with like how do I present this to people? If you do, give me some comments there and say yes, it's hard for me to present this to people. So what I am doing, because I know we just came off of that buy one or the BOGO sale, that was for customers and promoters. So I'm trying to tap into those people who didn't take advantage of that BOGO promo. You know, it seems like it's always like your level ones are always in, right? But we really need to like dig a little deeper. But with the double triple, you know, you can only offer your commission back to those level one promoters. So here's what I'm going to encourage you to do. This may not be everybody's way of doing this. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for even sharing this, but like, I know my level ones are probably stocked on product because they always take advantage of like free shipping and the BOGO and everything else. So I find it hard for me to like reach down to them and be like, hey, got this $400 pack, you know, up for rebate for you. And they're like, you know, like I just ordered. So what I would say to those level ones, first of all, you can never ever have enough product, right? I mean, look at my shelf back here. Like you can never have enough product. You never know what freebie you can give to someone to get them started on their own experience, right? You can always sample. Yes, the mail outs are in the back office. Those are great. Those are amazing. But you can always sample. Okay. So I would, first of all, remember that if you're level one, not wanting to place an order for a $400 pack because you have product already, you can never have enough. Number two, I have a couple people that I have placed under my keys, my level one, and I don't hardly ever get double, triple on his account. But I have a couple people that are under him that sometimes they do want to take advantage of this, but the commission can only come from him, right? So say that I have one level one on my downline that wants to do it, and I'm like, shoot, like Now what do? I can reach down to some of Mike's level ones and offer them to place an order under one of my level one's accounts, okay? So example, like my mom is a level 1 to me. So Mike's level 1 could place their order under my mom's account. It would count towards me still. That's helping Mike's promoter place an order. And then when it comes in, you can just distribute the product to them, or I think there may even be an option where you can go in there and change the shipping address and it'll ship to them. They just have to use like their own credit card, of course. But, you know, so there are some options if you have spouses accounts and you're like, man, like I have like one person here and one person here, but I can't get them all together. Think outside of the box and try and, you know, get some of those orders over onto another account. So as far as reaching out to new people, I know this is a tricky time to get new promoters or glorified customers just for this deal, because they're going to be in a VIP 800, all that jazz. So I would encourage you that when you're talking to these new people, you're like, hey, like keep it like intriguing. Like I only have 3 of these or 4 of these that I can offer. It's first come, first serve. If you want on this, you have to jump now. Some of you are going to Cabo next week, so you can kind of play this to your advantage. Like, hey, I'm going to be leaving the country. If you want to jump on this, let's do this now so we can get it squared away. So when I'm away, we don't have to worry about missing out on anything, right? And I'm actually not even sure what the date is that it ended. So it may be past the point when you're Cabo. I'm not sure. I should have looked at that. But, you know, I'm not saying like force people to like do it right now. Like somebody may be waiting on payday on Friday. Like that's cool. But I would just make it sound like I have limited packages. Like it's first come, first serve. If you don't jump on this, somebody else is going to, and I can't hold packages back. Okay. If somebody really wants to take advantage of it, but they don't have the money to do it, always ask people. Thank you, TJ. February 2nd is the last day. So yeah, we'll be gone to Cabo. But commissions wise, we'll get to that in a second. But with new people who may want to do it, they're nervous about committing to 3 months. You know, they don't want to pay the money up front. Ask them, hey, is there a couple people that want to do this with you that you guys could split this up? I'm not even going to try to do the math right now because you guys already know how I am with math. But, I mean, if 3 people split a $400 pack and then you're giving commissions back, like each person could start for a very, very small amount. So think about it that way. It's something I try to do. If I know somebody that's, you know, really on the edge, they're biting and they're like, hey, I saw your post about the, you know, 3 for 1 or whatever. I really want to do that. But then when you get over into Messenger and you start explaining the details, they're like, you know, no, I don't want to do that. Hey, is there a couple people that you're thinking about want to do this with you? You guys could split it. Okay. So that is that. As far as commissions being paid out, yes, that happens the following week. You can always revert back to Sam or Tammy's live in the Dream Team page to understand how that works better. But I noticed right before I hopped on here that Maria posted in Team Thrive Nation. I don't know if you guys saw this or not because I did not see it until just a little bit ago. That she put a post out talking about lives and locals promo starting, that she would be posting details later on about it, but to start talking to your teams about it. Well, I know lives are what hold a lot of you back. So this would be the time to get your butt in gear and overcome your fear about going live. Okay? Maria said, I can't remember exactly what it said, but like if you had a promoter that hit VIP 800, that she was even talking about like doubling their commissions on it. Like, I don't know, you'll have to go to her post and see it. It's in Team Thrive Nation, but there's a lives and local promo that's going to be starting from her. So how do you get past going live? You just do it. Okay, you just got to do it. And I know we've talked about this before, that if you're just not super comfortable doing it, you can always use the restream option, where you record a video on your phone yourself and then you upload it to this restream or OneStream. It's either one of those. And you can upload that video to that, post it to your Facebook, and your Facebook will make it appear as if you are live. And you can watch the video while it's live. You can see people commenting, like you'll be able to like see all the interactions and everything. So I would really encourage you guys to step out of your comfort zone and get ready to start going live. Locals, hello. I don't know who doesn't miss going to a local. I know we've had a few people have they've been getting together, and you guys have been doing like vision board parties and stuff. I absolutely love that. But you guys, locals are so powerful. There is no better feeling than getting up and sharing your story and watching people's faces just be like, what? Like, that did that for her? I mean, I have been to locals where I have watched complete strangers sit in their chairs and bawl their eyes out and cry because of the stories that have been told in that room. And I have goosebumps talking about it. Like, they can feel your passion, okay? It's one thing to have a conversation on Facebook, have a group chat, hear you on the phone, but when you see people face to face and you feel their emotion, and you just, like, you can tell even when the person speaking is telling their story, when they're going back to those days before they started thriving, you can hear like the pain in their voice. And then just to hear the, how great their life has, how much their life has changed since becoming a thriver. So I know with COVID, there are some limitations on gatherings, but I would encourage you to start small. Maybe even host a living room local. I know some people may not be keen to the idea of going out to a public place right now, which I totally get. But maybe get 5 of your closest people that you've really been talking to, that you're like, I know they need this. Get 5 of those people in your living room. Okay, you don't have to have anything fancy. You don't have to have all the snacks and decorations. Don't worry about that. If you can do that, that's great. But don't worry about that. You're getting people in there to hear your story, get a couple promoters to come with you and share their stories. That's what this business is, guys. How many times do you hear people say, this is the business of storytelling? Stories change people's lives. Host it at customers' house and have them invite their friends. Yes, that would be amazing. Somebody's interested, hey, can I stop by one night this week? I'd gladly talk to you about it. Bring some friends with you if they're interested too. I'll share with everybody at one time in one room. That way, if there's any questions, concerns, we can address it and talk about it right there. You never know. You may get orders right there in that room, right? So I know I miss locals, and I too need to host my own. Tammy always had great locals in Lebanon at the Y. I mean, they will, and like, you'll notice too, when you do your first local, there may not be a single person, but the more consistent you are with them, they will grow. Okay, the first local that I ever held was at Acapulco here in Xenia, and I think Tammy Battaglia, Sam and Laura Wernsman, and Mike's aunt were the only people that came. But guess what? Mike's aunt was a non-thriver. Okay, we still sat around and we had dinner, and we chit-chatted with each other, getting to know each other. Just, it's all about getting your story out there. And I don't know, I know we have so many new people, but if you've been with us within the last year, I really encourage you to send your story into the Lavelle fan page, okay? Because how awesome is it to see those stories featured on that page with hundreds of likes and comments? Like, it's validated right from the company. People have to submit to get on there, but your audience doesn't know that they are going to approve almost everybody. So they don't know that. They're going to be like, oh my God, like they featured her or they featured him on their fan page. Wow. So really think about getting your story out there. And if you don't have a story yet, use someone else's. Use mine. Use anybody's. Okay? People need validation. And I was just talking with somebody earlier today because she's new at this and she's like, I don't really know what to say to people, or I don't have anything to share. Like, I just know what the product is, but I don't have anything to show them, to prove to them, what it does. Share the stories. Utilize that Lavelle fan page like your life depends on it. And I have kind of slacked off on this myself, but I actually created a photo album on my personal Facebook. And anytime that I would share a Lavelle story, I would put it in that album on my Facebook. Like, I would go to make a new post, and there's that little button at the top that says album, and I use the drop down and put my Thrive experience. So anytime that I add a story to that album regenerates to the top of the Facebook news feed, and there's a whole slew of photos and stories in that album. So if you don't have a Thrive Experience album started yet, I encourage you to do that. That way all your stories and whatever is right in there. I have a bad habit of just copying and pasting one to my page or just sharing it directly to the fan page and not putting it in that album. I do need to be better about that. But that gets people interested. You know how many people love to sit and scroll, and the next thing you know, you're on somebody's cousin's uncle's Facebook page looking at their picture from 2009, right? So that is a way to get people looking, scrolling, different stories, different transformations, just everything. So I hope this was helpful tonight. I felt like there was something else I was going to say. I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe it'll come to me in a second. But yes, I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys about the $400 packs. Utilize this promo, work this promo. Those of you that are working hard for 4K bonuses, this is a way to get a huge chunk of volume underneath of you to boost you to that 4K. Break it down to people. They can split it up with people if you need to place orders on different accounts to, make sure that everybody's going to get their commission back. Because trust me, the last thing you want to do is to get one person to order and you think you got two people on the line, and then all of a sudden you're having to come up with the extra commission out of your pocket to give back to them, okay? Because you've already promised them that you were going to give it to them for $200. Been there, done that. Take it from somebody who knows. Make sure you have everybody locked in before you get those orders placed. Using the OneStream or the Restream to do your live videos, locals, getting people in your living room, or if you want to get out somewhere, you're more than welcome to do that too. But getting those stories out there, sharing the stories from the Lavelle fan page, submitting your own story. I don't care if you've been thriving for 10 days, you guys. You can send in a story and say, 10 days ago, I couldn't get out of bed. Now I'm getting up before my alarm clock. And I have never felt better in these last 10 days than I have in my whole life. Boom, story done. Okay? And thank you, Sam. She did post the email link in the comments. It is mythriveexperience@lavelle.com is the email that you will send that to. But just know they do get so many of those submitted a day. You will get something back from them, like an automated email. But make sure you don't put anything in there that's not compliant, like aches, pains, talk about anything like that. Make sure you keep it compliant. And then they will send you an email back letting you know what day and I think at what time that your story will be featured, so you can kind of have a heads up on when that's going to happen. So with that, we will call it a night. This is the last Wednesday in January. So our next team huddle will be in February for Wednesday nights. So look forward to seeing all of you guys next week that are going to be in Cabo. And I look forward to seeing what all you guys that aren't going, that are going to be here, what you guys do and what you come up with. We are so excited to be able to share with you guys what's going to be coming here in Cabo. They're talking about maybe Thrive Biotic might be coming out. They will be announcing probably where the next lifestyle getaway is. So just keep your eyes out for what's to come, and we cannot wait to have you on the next one with us. So with that, kick ass for the rest of the week. Bye guys.